and the value of that data is increasing. And when you activate that data with a technology like AI, big things happen. Here we go, big things are happening. Let's see, I think we have a little bit of a, here we go. Okay, so why are we here? Telecommunication companies need to be a winner in this next wave of innovation. And look, you all know it. In fact, according to IDC, the telecom industry has invested more in generative AI than any sector in the economy. And the opportunity is bigger and moving faster than anything that we've seen before. Now, it took us a long time to get 5 billion people on the internet. But comparatively, getting 5 billion people on AI is happening almost instantly. And there's going to be a significant proliferation of open and closed source large language models, multimodal models, and they'll be distributed globally. There'll be models in the public domain. There'll be models for private data, closed and open source models, nano models, models on your phone, models on your PC. Eventually, it's going to be everywhere like the internet is today. And the real opportunity is really for all of us to reimagine our organizations, given the superpower that AI is unleashing. And there's never really been a better time to become smarter or more productive. But for network operators, it's even more profound because it's not just about productivity. It's really for operators about growth. Growing the value that you can bring to your customers, growing those relationships, and changing the way they do business. And in the process, repositioning the industry for the next wave of innovation and the next. And that's the opportunity that we see for all of you. And that's why we are making significant investments to support all of you in that effort. Now, you all have enormous competitive advantages. Data has gravity. And look, the vast majority of the world's data is created at the edge, in the real world. And increasingly, that data is being stored and processed as close to the point of creation as possible. Clouds are moving to the edge. Applications are moving to the edge. And AI will also be at the edge. You want to bring AI to your data, not bring data to your AI. And for most of your customers, you are the edge. In fact, you're already there. It's your backyard. 10 million points of presence. And you're all in on building the networks, and the cloud transformation within the network is really going to be essential to capitalize on this AI opportunity. So let's move away from the rigid architectures where hardware and software were so tightly tied that they couldn't be improved on an independent basis. And let's break the paradigm of massive network equipment rip and replace cycles with every new G generation, and instead move to a network that is software upgradable and is a platform for new service innovation. The need for intelligent, lightning-fast networks and true global coverage has never been greater. Now, this is the moment for cloud transformation, and we, Dell Technologies, are right there with you. We understand the transformation is hard, and it feels risky and even frightening. But the bigger risk, and what's even more frightening, is what happens if you don't transform. And we have been to this movie before, we've seen how it ends. It happened in the corporate data center. The workloads ran on dedicated hardware, the developers developed, the operators operated, security was bolted on, and overall, the utilization of that infrastructure was low, and the total cost to run it was high. Then along came virtualization, and then cloud, and now multi-cloud. And those technologies decoupled the infrastructure from the application. And the resulting transformation completely reset our expectations for cost and performance. And through automation and intelligence, you can optimize network resources, launch new services quickly, and respond better to your customer needs. Now, together, we can build and deploy an open infrastructure platform that delivers the cost and performance that you'd expect from cloud native. So about 4 years ago, we made the strategic decision to focus on telecoms. We added more than 1,000 team members just for this dedicated unit, 85% of them from the industry, and we listened. We put on our big ears and we learned based on the feedback we heard from all of you. We created network-specific compute platforms and the software to automate the highly distributed infrastructure of an open network. And we engineered systems that combine our compute platforms and automation software with cloud software from strategic partners like Red Hat and Wind River. And we did all this because what we're hearing from all of you is that it's, open ecosystems are great, but it's too hard to buy, deploy, and operate a set of open solutions from a variety of partners in an ecosystem. And so we at Dell are ready to be your partner on this journey, and we're looking forward to that conversation. And we have some of our own advantages as well. We have an enormously powerful and reliable global supply chain. We have unmatched global service and support. And we bring our own innovation and leading solutions along with the aligned innovation from an ecosystem of partners. And for 40 years, we have driven industry modernization, starting with shifts to open architectures. And at Dell, we have worked to transform the world's largest enterprises across many industries. And now these organizations are taking advantage of multi-cloud, and they're well positioned to quickly adopt AI. CSPs have an enormous amount of historical data for their customers and inside their networks. And you all can leverage that data to train your own models and develop domain-specific generative AI models. You can redefine network economics, operations, customer support, and sales. And you can offer your customers services and architecture the kind that they need to support their businesses. Communication service providers are already benefiting from their initial steps in cloud transformation. And we are partnering with the entire telecom ecosystem, including heavyweights like Amdocs, Ericsson, and Nokia, and we're seeing the beginning of the cloudification of every part of the telecommunications industry, from greenfield operators to brownfield operations, from tier 1 carriers to tier 2 and tier 3 carriers, from every corner of the globe. And the momentum behind this virtualization is really unmistakable. And we're very proud to be working with companies like Vodafone, Dish, and Globe, to name a few, who are advancing their deployments of open and virtualized networks. And together, we're harnessing the power of cloud architectures to increase operational agility, improve effectiveness, and ultimately decrease cost. Now, a few months ago, AT&T announced a bold plan in conjunction with a group of ecosystem partners led by Ericsson. And now to share his thoughts on cloud transformation at one of the largest and oldest network operators in the world, it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Chris Sambar, Head of Network from AT&T, to the stage. Hey Chris, thank you so much for being here. We had a chance to spend a little time earlier today. I know last week was a bit of a challenging one for you, but we're thrilled that you're here.
I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you for the invitation. And to speak about last week briefly, we let some of our customers down Thursday of last week. I'm sure some in the audience and some listening out there on the web. So I want to deeply apologize to start with. We can do better than that, but we'll do better than that. But I'm really pleased to be here with you today. Thank you for the invitation. This is great.
Absolutely. And look, there's been a lot of talk in the industry about this cloud network transformation, and what does that mean inside a carrier the size of AT&T?
Sure. I think it's a really exciting time to be in the telecom space right now, and I know it is at AT&T. We have been on this virtualization journey for over 10 years. Back in 2013, we made the decision that we wanted to virtualize portions of our network, and we started in the core of the network, on our core backbone infrastructure. Instead of these big monolithic routers, I think you showed some pictures of them earlier, we wanted to open those up, virtualize them, separate hardware and software, and we did that, and now over 60% of our traffic is flowing across open interfaces, and now we're moving that out to the metros and to the edge of the network. And our belief is that we can turn the network into the killer app. I mean, if developers can build products and services directly onto our network, we think we can really open this ecosystem up with your help. And that was what that announcement was all about last year with Ericsson. How do we move in earnest as a brownfield operator and really show the world how to build a true O-RAN network?
So the network becomes a cloud. Right, and you can, customers can run applications on top of that cloud network. So, the announcement some time ago with Ericsson created quite